What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar. .5 hours left in the day. Hit that like button for being here, and of course, as always, shout out to the Dragon Riders and the house. Again, we are chilling right now. The Green Dragon is taking a break, resting, sleeping. You know, a couple days ago, whenever I made my last video, that we would push higher immediately. That recovery looked really nice. It looked really nice, but we didn't get that immediate push. Volume died off. It was the weekend, you know, whatever. We probably do pull back. We probably do from here pull back. I thought we were going to get that push, and we still will. We still will push higher, but we probably do pull back to this 250. What was it? I think it was like 230, 250 area, right? Something in that range. Find support there. Show some structure, make a bull flag, what the hell ever, a green dragon flag, and then we move up higher. I very much do still believe that Bitcoin Cash is in the midst of an expansion. We are likely sending the price above these highs here, is my guess, above $490, $480, and potentially above $500. So being here at 276, that's a ripe opportunity. Whenever I say we're in an expansion phase, that doesn't mean it's all up all the time, but we'll look back at it on a weekly basis and remember it as such. We'll remember it as an all up all the time kind of moment. You know, back here, let's just see. Zooming out a little bit. You know, you look at this, and this was not an all up all the time kind of moment. You moved up, you kind of dilly-dallied for a second, you moved up, and then you pulled back a lot, and then you moved up, right? It wasn't all up, but it was really exciting if you were holding, right? We look at it on a weekly scale. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Look at it on a weekly scale. Where are we? Right here, it looks like it was all up all the time, right? So I'm just saying that we can be in an expansion phase, and it doesn't have to just be green week after green week after green week, or maybe we even do see green week after green week, but there's pullbacks in between. At any rate, a pullback to 250 to 230 is not that big of a deal, right? It's really not that big of a deal at all. Maybe let's say 255. We don't have to go to 250. Don't get hung up on the exact number. The way that I look at it, if I think that the price is going to go down to 250, I'll start buying at 260. You know, I like to call the lows if I can. I like to be predicting the lows if I can. Of course, I'd like to sell the highs. And if I expect the high to be at 300, you know, that's just how it is. I'm okay with catching most of the move. I don't have to have the whole enchilada. The 80% rule. That's all we need. Anyways, 277 here. 277, finding a little turbulence of prior support, prior resistance here, of course. I think we are in this overall expansion. And again, how fast we move down here, the expectation is that we move up even faster here. So I would assume, you know, this took from a high point to a low point 7 weeks. I would assume that within the next 6 weeks, we're going to be back up above this area. That's my guess. And if it happens to take longer, oh well, boo-hoo. It's still going to happen. I still think we're on the path of recovery. Everything's going to be fine. We look at this on a weekly scale. Let's look at it on the monthly scale. We normally start small and then zoom out, but just looking at this, I was checking this out. This is such a beautiful reaction. It really is a perfect reaction to bounce right off the oversold zone like that, especially on the monthly scale. That is powerful. It's very powerful. Okay, do not underestimate that. That is awesome. And we're getting a great reaction off of that area there. The stochastics are crossing up. The MACD's right at the 0, perfect area to bounce. All good things, man. All good things. We look at the two-week time frame. Stochastics are crossing up. Weekly time frame here, or the 2-week RSI, I'm sorry, is bouncing off the oversold zone. And the MACD is not yet crossed green, but we've already moved up like this and we haven't crossed green yet. What happens when we do cross green? I'm expecting good things. Weekly time frame, same kind of idea, right? Same kind of idea, except we did cross green here. After being red since January of 2026, what ultimately started this whole move down, we're not even in a bear market, right? Bitcoin Cash technically is not even in a bear market. You're like inside of a consolidation zone within a consolidation zone. You're like in this you're in this consolidation within this overall consolidation. And you saw a drop, a significant drop. The thing is, guys, if you're involved with the Bitcoin Cash community, and I'm involved, I'm not aware of every development that's taking place all the time. There was no real reason for this drop to happen. There was no panic within the community. Nobody was upset. There was no, to my knowledge, no news story related to why it was dropping. I genuinely believe that this was manipulated. I genuinely believe this is manipulated. And if it was a manipulated endeavor, then I will be 100% correct whenever I say that we will move up faster than we move down. This was just a money grab. It was so that people would panic sell so the big dogs could buy. I'm telling you, I think, I could be wrong, I think that somebody up here was talking to the big heads in crypto. CZ, Brian Armstrong, maybe both of them, maybe some other people as well, the CEO of Bybit, whatever, and they're like, hey guys, look, we know you run this shit. I want to put not 100 million, I want to put $1 billion in Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash? Why would you want to? It's my money. I want to put it in there. Oh, okay, yeah. We'll custodialize that money for you. We want your money. We're going to take it for you. Yeah, but I don't want to pay $400 for it. Can you sweeten the pot for me? Can we get a deal? Can we get a little bulk discount? And the price gets moved down almost out of nowhere, it feels like, and you move down more aggressively than almost any coin in the market at that time. And then all this volume, the first spike of volume here happened on this week. Look at all this volume. All this movement happened without volume, and then down here in this range, that's when all this volume came in. Like a lot of money was waiting to buy. I don't know. It's a story I've painted in my head. We'll never have transparency with that. I mean, maybe we will. Maybe there's details in the works out there. Somebody more detail oriented than me could figure it out. But I genuinely believe this is manipulated. I 100% believe this is manipulated. And then of course added panic selling was probably happening as well. I fully believe there was some panic selling down here too. And that's when the big dogs started to buy. That's when the smart money started to buy. Anyways, 278 right now, on our climb, on our expansion to $400, $500, something like that. Looking great, looking phenomenal. Let's pull up the ribbon. All right, we are just below the weekly ribbon, just below it here. We're looking to push through, and if we can get above 385, which I see no reason why we couldn't, we are going to be in good standings to flip this ribbon up. Every time that we flip it up, that sends us higher. Right here, we were up and then we expanded. That sent us way higher. We got our first cross here. We consolidated a little bit. We still did move up, but then inevitably had this massive move. So I think that we're setting up for something bigger. It can take time. It doesn't have to be faster, and even if it does take time and it's a slower process, that's okay. That's okay. We're still going to be seeing new highs one way or another. Let's go to the monthly time frame. Monthly time frame is at serious. It has a serious possibility here of being saved if we can push to these prices that I'm thinking we do over the next 40 days or so, 35 days or so. Looking at this with the RSI, stochastics, MACD, the RSM here. I want to get into the short-term stuff, 1 hour time frame. Looks like you're breaking out, right? Consolidating here, volume coming in right there, back testing that kind of line. Looks like you're breaking out, like you want to move up. It does. RSI rejecting the overbought zone, but you still look bullishly postured. Stochastics look bullishly postured. MACD's about to cross through the zero. All bullish things. 4 hour time frame bouncing off the 50. You look good. Stochastics look good. MACD is bullish overall. Nothing really to go off of there. Bullish overall. Daily time frame. RSI, stochastics, MACD. Yeah, you might push up a little bit right now. I'm still in this kind of mode where I think that we're going to pull back down to this area. It doesn't really make sense that we hold this area for support. Maybe there's so much buying pressure that we got close to this zone and we just couldn't quite reach it. There's just a little space in between from front running. Maybe. I mean, that could make sense as well. But to me, it makes more sense. Maybe we push up. The 1 hour looks bullish. The 4 hour looks bullish. Maybe we push up a little bit with Bitcoin here, and then we still consolidate down. And then later this week or sometime early next week, we're down here, find support, and then we start to kick this thing off. We've got a bull flag, and then we rally. That's kind of where my head's at. If I'm wrong, my assumption would be that I'm wrong in the sense that we're not bullish enough right now. It's going to move up higher. I don't think that I'm wrong in the sense that we're just going to drop through the floor, okay, or that we're going to do this. I don't think that either of those outcomes are likely at this point in time. Either immediate push, which I still think is less likely, or consolidation and kind of flagging out until we find support at prior resistance back here. I've got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Shout out to the Dragon Riders, House of Dragon. Bitcoin is moving up right now. I do not FOMO. Do not FOMO, I think, into anything. I think it's time to wait and be patient. This is, I don't think this is a real breakout. I think that it is going to come back, personally. So if Bitcoin moves down, Bitcoin Cash might move down with it. You know what would be really exciting is if Bitcoin from here, if it were to move down, something like this, and altcoins were pumping, that would be really exciting. That would actually be really, we could be seeing, that stuff only happens in an alt season. When Bitcoin's consolidating, altcoins, right? It's consolidating here. Altcoins are growing. It'd be really interesting to see. Yeah, I don't believe in this pump at all. I believed in this one about halfway through. I started believing in it. This one I'm very skeptical of. We'll see. Time will tell. No bearish divergence. Maybe on the 12-hour. Yeah, a little bit on the 12-hour and on the daily time frame, of course. What about the 6-hour? How's that look? Not so much. The 6-hour looks super strong. 8-hour. Yeah, not so much. Anywho, Bitcoin Cash, you look good for now, but again, I'm expecting a price that will be below 255, as low as 230, and then rip-a-doo all the way up to probably prices above $500, if not very close to $500. Hit that like button. Take care. I'll see you on the next one, people. Bye-bye.